I think we're gonna start this video with say why Ajim Capital does not invest in blockchain, because I feel like a lot of people have been on my back for that reason. But before we get started, welcome to another episode of the Eunice Ajim Show. I'm your host, Eunice Ajim, and yeah, blockchain. I will start by saying I personally, again, and these are like opinions. These are not, maybe they are facts, but I don't think I have like all my facts straight. I don't think I will invest in blockchain technology companies in Africa right now, because I think it is one of those of my companies where I feel like they are wants and not painkillers. And what I mean by that is, if I ask anybody, right, what are some really amazing use cases in the US of successful blockchain technology companies that have become billion-dollar businesses outside of Binance? I can think of any as of right now. Again, my facts are not straight, but that's the only company I can think of. And every blockchain company that we have heard of with bad news in the US recently was also because there's a lot of fraudulent activity that happens on the back end that is very difficult to put a pin on it. But not also that. We all know how a lot of African regulations can F up your company. And I've just seen too many situations, even in Nigeria, where the government came and said, we don't know what this is, we're cutting it off. Like the blockchain regulations in the US, in Africa, are not straightforward. And the government can come and mess up a company in an instant. Another thing is, I personally don't just think I see enough good use cases unless we are talking about cryptocurrencies, which is Bitcoin, which in my opinion, that's not a blockchain technology, that's just a cryptocurrency. But why would we want to build anything on the blockchain? And I've heard many use cases. I've heard, the African currency, we all have different currencies in every African market. For example, Nigeria uses the Naira, Cameroon uses the franc CFA, Kenya uses the X, and South Africa uses the X. And if we all had all of those on the blockchain, then, we'll be a more united Africa. I don't think that will happen anytime soon. All of these different countries have different regulations around those, you know what I mean? That would be very difficult. Another example that I've seen a lot, which I was just looking on Twitter and I saw another example. I saw one was when we're seeing a lot of Web3 companies talks about NFTs and, living on the blockchain and then living on Web3 and all of these crazy ideas. Like I said earlier, we have big challenges in Africa that has nothing that could be solved easily without the use of blockchain. I think people tend to look at buzzwords and just say, yeah, we have AI and machine learning and blockchain and natural language processing and AI and VR and all the buzzwords that is currently happening in the world just so that they can get VC money, when in fact I'm like, no, you're not using AI. How much data points do you have? You know how much data you need to be able to actually teach an AI to do what it's supposed to be doing? I know you don't use AI. You're just saying that because that's the sexy thing. I know so many companies that literally went and changed their company from .com to .ai just because they wanted to get funding, right? And I feel like blockchain was that too. And I might be wrong. I still don't see a very specific use case for blockchain technology. Earlier this year, a founder came to me and they said, we're building the Stripe for blockchain technologies in Africa. And I said, well, what's wrong with Stripe and Paystack and Flutterwave and all of these other payments that are happening right now? And he couldn't really tell me why he had to use blockchain. And then 3 months later, the company died. I'm so happy I didn't put my money in it. Give me a really good use case of a $1 billion business right now that is the blockchain technology. Anyone? That's it. You mean the fraud? FTX is bad example. And a lot of them came out and we all realized that they were not using blockchain. They were literally just manually moving people's money on the back end, I still haven't figured out like a good use case on like why I should invest in blockchain right now on the continent. That might change in the next 5 to 10 years or 15 years, but as of right now, it's not my priority. The next question is, will I ever change my Bible? When God gave you the Bible, did he say you could change things in it? Yes, you can change your Bible. Mm-hmm. But you're not changing anything in it. And I was disinterested before even like all of this happened. Like I saw it coming from far away, which is the reason why I don't chase trends. In the US, I don't think in Africa. That are probably bring fraudulent numbers in the back end. Yeah, but it's crypto. It's cryptocurrency. It's not blockchain technology. I would never invest in a crypto company. And even like the company that I was referring on from Twitter, it was one of those companies that they are saying that they're building on the blockchain, and then you're buying, like I, an equity investor, buying equity in it, but then my money was going to grow as more people buy the blockchain, and I was just like, please, I beg. I'm like, we have bigger problems than building that in Africa right now. And it's only a matter of time. I'll be on the lookout. Cryptocurrency is very different from blockchain technologies. That's like a no-no. Like, in fact, crypto is like on the blacklist. Why would I invest in a cryptocurrency? That's pretty much like investing on the public market. I'm a private investor. So the only thing that I could see myself ever investing, and probably over the next 5 to 10 years, it will not even be on an African context, unless like some drastic change happened. It will be blockchain technology. So it's like an actual technology that is helping facilitate something that is built on the blockchain, which means that it's pretty much decentralized for a reason. For example, I've heard some really good use cases for like politics, right? Like whenever we're voting, we want to make sure that maybe votes happen on the blockchain technology, so that there's no way anybody's going to be able to change, right? The back end. That is an interesting use case. Would that happen in this Africa, this current, this country? I thought that was a very interesting use case. Yeah, they take time. And that's my thing, right? Is the timing right? It's a big thing that I observe. And I just knew that, for this fund, I'm investing over the next 2 to 3 years. I don't think the timing will be right by the time I'm done with this fund. So I just block it out. The reason why we create our Bible is so that we're focused. For me, I'm focused on investing in early stage tech company across sub-Saharan Africa. I think I'm a geography fund. There are some funds out there that they will only invest in health tech. There are some funds out there that will only invest in fintech, right? For me, I invest across a couple of sectors, not all of them, but I'm only focused on investing in Africa. In fact, so many opportunities, so many US investors, as I go out and I'm raising money, I've had a lot of offers from US limited partners, so investors that invest into venture capital fund, say, Eunice, we really like you, but we don't have an Africa strategy, right? We can't just give you money to invest only in African tech companies. Will you ever consider doing 50% African founders in the US and then 50% African founders in Africa? And every single time I said, God did not put that in my heart. He told me when I started this thing that I'll be focused on investing in founders that are serving the African continent. And for that reason, I cannot. It's my Bible, right? I will not compromise, because that's what, and it also helps you focus because there's so much noise, right? I keep saying, last year we saw 2,000 decks, we invested in 10. There's so much noise out there. There's so many companies. Every company, when a founder pitch you, especially my Nigerian founders, when they pitch you their company, you would think that heaven is on earth, that they are the best company that you would ever see in this world. And if you don't invest in them, you're a failure. And every single time I have to go back to my Bible and say, does this fit the criteria that I have? And if it doesn't, I will not, because I don't know how to help you. I don't see the opportunity. It might be a great business where you eventually make, I don't know, 5-10 million, but I never see it going to the 100 million and upward. I will not get in that business. Keep it in mind. Over 90% of businesses fail. Like, I have to remind that to myself every single time. They might sound amazing right now, but in the next 5 to 7 years to 10 years, are they going to be alive? So there are all these things that you have to consider when making investment decisions, that you really have to narrow down on like what works for you. And if it doesn't work, I let go. Wrap it up. Awesome. Well, this was an amazing conversation as always. I hope that you got some value out of this. And until next time, like always, I hope you're living the best version of your American dream, of your African dream, because that's what we are talking about. Have a blessed day.